Good day and welcome everybody. It is our first day of the next TP League season. We have arrived in fall. And with that we're going to have TP League October kicking off today. Strictly speaking, yesterday already we had the qualifiers where some additional players could make their way in through the open qualifier to this tournament of 16 top players from around the world. Today we're going to have Group A, then Group B tomorrow, Group C and Group D to follow in the days after. And this is what our brackets look like. Group A, like I said, today, with Soin, Fortitude, Happy, and Timo Fan. That's a new face that we're not too familiar with. He came from the open qualifier. Group B with Colorful, Kaho, 120, and Hawk. Group C with Focus, Sock, Lin, and Remind. Full group of Koreans, which looks very strong at the surface. Same for Group B, I guess you could say. Group D with Lawlight, Moon, Ice Orc, and Starbuck. Ice Orc and Starbuck, I would say here, outsider chances. Lawlight and Moon seem to be the top favorites here. And our first game of the day is going to kick off soon. It's going to be Soin versus Fortitude. Oh, wait a minute. It's starting already. Hold on. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Map number 1. Soin versus 40. As you guys may remember, in the TP League we use a clean feed provided by the Chinese production, so we don't have our own usual overlay, but rather are working with theirs, which also gives a ton of info, if you may remember. Thank you, by the way, Wirlo with the resub, and Side with the resub as well. Almost 5 full years. Says, let's go Fortitude. And Hinterreudig coming in with the resub as well. He says, let's go as well. Fortitude here going with the MK first. The dwarf with a powerful hammer has seen more and more play as of late. Especially Sock played him impressively. Very, very impressively against Undead. Now we see it also against Orc. Very strong early game to snipe the headhunters one by one, but can oftentimes end up suffering when the mana runs low and the wolves keep pecking away. Starting with a ring for the MK, honestly isn't too bad. He's always going to be in the front line, taking a few hits. And the question is, will 40 be trying to expand? Stormbolt, powerful at all stages, whether it be early game, mid game, late game. But of course the big limiting factor here is the mana amount. Oh, almost stolen by Soin in this last hit. That was close, but 40 gets it. Normally with MK in the past it was always expansion play necessary. Oh, and now we see the severity here of the last hit being stolen. This means the Farseer doesn't quite get level 2 from this camp. We'll pick up another item. 2 rings. Not the best for him, honestly. And there we are. Off to the expansion. There's a couple of easy to creep camps on this map, which makes the MK playable in the first place. And 40 is playing a pretty Soin a pretty passive early so far, and is going only grunts, by the way. It was a tech without a war mill, it's only coming up now. And of course the grunts have it way easier to survive against the MK with the Stormbolt and Bash here, as we can see. Farseer now level 2.6, Wand of Illusion as well. And Soin is just focused on creeping for the time being. Soin, I mean. 40 with the scout. Would have loved to pick off a few headhunters here and there, but there are no headhunters to be found. Hoping for the bash. It's always an RNG factor to keep in mind. But good play here with the illusion as well. Oh, Farseer is almost running into a trap back there in the end of the base. I think he couldn't have gotten out of there. Trying to get that level 3. He is very, very close now. Same cannot be said for the MK. MK needs a good bit of experience still. And now the power of the level 2 wolves will come into play. But the expansion was finished without a single peasant going down. That is very unusual to see. The kill threat of the MK here really scared Soin off as it seemed. But now we have the big level 3 advantage. Oh, some grunts here also very hurt. Good speed scroll. Should save the grunt here, I think. Trying to block with the footy, but good movement. Oh, another Stormbolt. I guess that should be the kill. Important experience here if he gets it. And get it he does. Was it the expansion? Oh, gets the experience with the peasants. Nicely done. Getting the MK yet closer to the next level. And again gets the experience with the tower. Damn. Well done by 40. Or was it resummoned? Wolves may have been resummoned there. And Soin is playing super reactively, right? There's not much he's done so far. He was just creeping a bit. Killed like one peasant. It seems like 40 is in a good spot. Tier 2 tech has started. And 40 seems to have the right idea where to find the opponent. TC is creeping at the Knoll camp. And the MK has 2 Stormbolts ready. Should be pretty easy kill on that grunt. There's not even a speed scroll here. Oh, close one. Farseer harassing in the meantime, but I think 40 is making the right call here. Not stressing over this one too much. He can be way more effective being aggressive against the TC's creeping. Fortitude is looking good. He's looking real good. There was quite a few peasants going down in the end, to be fair. But 40 has a lot of gold. Tier 2 right around the corner. And Soin doesn't seem to be in any position to go for a big attack. Almost 2 Stormbolts ready. Farseer, oh. Might get surrounded here. Yep, that's a lock. There is a stomp, but that's not enough to save him. Or is it? No. TP forced. Expansion cleared. So we might be thinking about counter-expanding. But that could be indeed very late. Defend now, it's also finishing. That means footies could be sent into the main base to do some peon harass. Oh. Bit of a lag on the stream, unfortunately. With the connection to China, sometimes the stream spikes a bit, but normally we get that situated quick. Alright, we have pillage, and we have a lot of raiders. Here's where the Mountain King has to do a lot of heavy lifting. The rest of the army not so strong with only footmen. But then again, it's a lot of footmen. Gets the first raider right away. Potions on the MK already. Next tower finishing with an Archmage second. Arcane Sanctum's coming. So it's going to be a caster army in the end, most likely. Oh, taking out the altar here would be a big deal. It would slow down the Archmage by a lot, and I don't think there's any way that this gets saved. But I think Fortitude again, having a very wise read, realizing that being defensive here isn't as good as being aggressive. And with the aggression, he's going to cancel the expansion. He's going to take some damage at home. AM cancelled, farms going down, but they can all be remade at the expo like we see here. The pillage is starting to kick in. And look at 40, feeling so confident he's not even TPing. Oh no, now he is. Okay. I thought he would perhaps run back the whole way, but no. Alright, Soin's expansion is cancelled. He needs to do a lot right here in this attack. Find a lot of kills, get 2 level ups probably, and trust in his stronger heroes to give him a chance in the late game. With, of course, the human second hero being not a factor so far. Here we see the peon harass. Well done to have a grunt at home. 40 is still supply blocked with all those farms going down. The orc attack swings over to the human expansion. Soin is doing this well. He's finding damage where he can deal some. And he's slowing down Fortitude by a lot. But as we can see from the resources, 40 still has a very big bank to rely upon later. One raider going down here. Albeit a nice deny. And Soin has been getting ahead in experience. The footy harass didn't do too much. Dealt with well. But the Sanctums have been standing for a long time, so we got some priests coming out. We got a depth training already. As Soin keeps bouncing between these two human bases. And 40 standing army at the moment is not looking too impressive. The pillage is doing some really good work here. MK though, still strong. Stormbolt plus Militia to take out a Raider. Almost got it. Now has it. And didn't want to use the potions yet. Forced to TP away, but that was a good hold there, if you want to call it that, by 40. And after the TP, can still use the potion. Very nice. He's got a heal potion and a mana potion still that he can pop as the AM is finally going to join. Should be Aura first, Blizzard later. And now Fortitude is finally starting to build his big army. Once he reaches 70 supply and upward, this is a very, very tough human army to deal with. As we get more Sorks, more Breakers. Speaking of which, we have none of those yet. It's only Priests for the time being. Oh, it's Watchful Elementals first. I wasn't expecting that. And at the moment, Soin is still trading quite well. Mana potion used, level 4 on the MK. That's a good level up as well. Might now be time for a retrain into Clap. And Stormbolt. Oh, Stormbolt on the Kodo. That would be a huge kill. It actually only ate a peasant. But also getting rid of the aura would be quite something. MK heavily targeted. MK versus TC. Who's going to come out on top? Might be both heroes going down. Heal Scroll trying to save the TC. He goes down. So goes the Mountain King. It's level 4 for the Farseer. Solo experience now for the Archmage. He's level 2. We finally have the aura. And this has become a bloody exchange over here. But as we can see, there's not too many orc forces left here. The wolves can really deliver. But 40 can rebuild quickly. Ooh, the wolf actually finds another kill. That was quite nice. Some raiders being sent away. Soin doing as much as he can with a tiny army. He's finding more and more kills as well. And remember, the expansion was finishing behind this. Soin tears the game back to even. He just jumped from level 3 to level 4. Now he's almost level 5 on the Farseer. A lot of militia were used for that as well. MK will of course come back from the tavern. There he is. And this game looks almost even now. But again, I will restate The longer the game goes with more breakers and sorks, in 2-base, usually the human ends up being favored. Of course, also hero levels here greatly come into play. And at the moment, it's the orc who has the stronger levels by far. Could be a creepjack opportunity right here. Item was rune bracers, not that good. Big creepjack opportunity right now. 4 needs to call militia quickly from the main. We saw earlier how tons of militia could make a big difference. AM just hit the level 3, is going for the Watch Elemental. New one summon, double level up. 5 and 3 on the Orc heroes. As Soin is trying to find more kills. And now we have the Wolves on level 3 with Invis. But militia coming from the main base. It's going to add in a lot of damage, especially against these Raiders. As the ground falls, the creepjack is defended. But I think Soin still may have gotten more kills right there. MK getting closer to the next level up. Level 5 would be huge. Then he's certainly going to retrain, one must think. Heal scroll was committed. The good thing for Forward here is he still has camps outside the main to creep at. And to call in the militia if needed. Now we finally have breakers being mixed into the army. Pretty healthy mix here for Ford, it seems like, if he can add in a bunch more breakers. Needs to get to the shop, sell the rune bracers, get clarities. It's all about the mana now, it seems like. And the Fortitude on level 5. He's not really going to get much stronger. Maybe one more level of Chain Lightning. But the human heroes get stronger with every level. And the MK is getting very close to the big level 5. With the breakers also, Spirit Link will be able to be stolen. I'm not sure how effective these walkers are going to be, really. Why are there walkers? Wouldn't Shaman be better? Purge, maybe a bit of Lightning Shield. But anyways, Fortitude wasn't left alone for long. So when it's coming back with the next attack, he found the heal wards, by the way, which are insanely good for any orc army. TP home, footy harass. Very defensive TP, hard for Soin to engage, as the MK finds himself only inches away from the level up. And now we're starting to reach critical mass. 70 supply, breaker frontline, sorcerer's depth training coming as well. Oh, and these footies might be enough for level 5 MK. But of course, we do not have a retrain to clap yet. But now we do. Tome of Retraining picks up the next heal scroll as well. And big invul that he found is also wonderful. And the AM also got to level 4, thanks to the footman. Now we have the human on super strong levels. And still with a decent amount of gold. Now 40, starting to spend that as well. Going for more upgrades. Closing in on... This is almost a perfect human army. Getting upgrades, breakers. Tons of supply. Oh, invuln on the MK very early. I think that was a bit wasted. He wasn't ensnared right there. He could have just walked away. And these invulns are very crucial. Especially on the Mountain King. Also on the TC sometimes. Trying to go for the Farseer surround. Oh, is he stuck? Is he stuck there? I'm not sure. MK out of mana for the time being. He was using a lot of mana before. Mana potion now. Clap comes through. MK still in trouble. Oh, and the heal ward. Oh my god, the heal ward is so good. Needs to be dispelled, and it is. There's a call from the main base once more. MK getting ready for the next plat. It's going to be a big one. Needs perhaps to also be Invis cast soon, but I don't know if there's any sorceresses even left. Wild fight that Soin seems to be able to win, perhaps. That I guess he is definitely winning by the look of things. Fortitude, I think, way overexposing the Mountain King. Was forced to pop the invuln too early. And yeah, I think Fortitude here missing a big opportunity. Soin wins that fight, and I think he still has one heal ward to heal up everything right after. And now we have Soin with quite the lead, it would seem. TC close to level 5 as well. Fortitude didn't really get closer at all to a level up. Yeah, the MK needs to stand close to the breakers so that he doesn't tank the full damage from the Orc army and then use clap after clap. Ideally, you don't want to use Stormbolts in the very late game if the TC can just be controlled by the breaker front line. For he could get another Tome of Retraining to get to Blizzard for the Archmage. And I think that's what he's trying to do. Wasn't even cast Invis, that was pretty scary. Oh, and the wolves in the main base. Very hard to deal with. Solo experience for the Archmage. This is not gonna get him to level 5, but it's gonna get him close. Takes a while to deal with a Granite Golem. And here the wolves again. Oh, this is easy damage for Soin. He's 20 supply ahead. Great item for the human army with the Ancient Django, but the main's gonna fall and the game is over. GG is called. And Soin gets the win on map 1 after a hard-fought battle, back and forth. Despite the humans seemingly coming to full fruition, having the huge army, having the great levels, he was lacking a bit in upgrades. The breaker upgrades could have been a bit earlier, but I think it's mainly the execution of the first big fight. He got baited into going way too aggro with the MK. He was way too far ahead of the bunch of the rest. Like, normally you want to bait the Orc in, and then when he chases you, you call the militia, you build a solid front line with the MK, you use the breakers to help distribute the damage, and clap after clap after clap to whittle down the Orc army. That was a bit of a missed opportunity. And I don't want to say that Fortitude definitely should have won that fight. I'm not sure if he really had to. Those heal wards also were quite tremendous. But he definitely could have and should have played that final engagement better. Soin takes the first map. Fortitude has the loser's choice for map 2, and that is Twisted Meadows, which is a very interesting map in this matchup nowadays, I feel like. Lots of different strats you can go for, lots of different creep routes you can go for. You can try to expand, but things get dangerous when the Orc gets his levels and goes for the aggression. We may have a bit of a join bug at the moment, but we should be getting ready soon. Of course, our second match of the day is going to be Happy versus Teemo Fan. That is a scary proposition for any human. I wonder if Soin there just got surprised by the MK, because for the first 8 minutes or so of the game, it seemed like Soin was just playing reactively and couldn't really good for good plays at all. Didn't find much stuff to be done. His expansion got cancelled and so on. Only when you finally had the good army, the raiders, the grunts, and a couple of walkers later on, bouncing between the bases, buying time, pillage money, then he really started to look better and better. Alright, now we are ready for map number 2. It's one of our favorites, Twisted Meadows. 40 in the bottom left, so in the top right. And thank you, Coltane, with a 27-month resub. Playing a Mountain King here would be very dangerous, very daring, if not, some might say, suicidal. Because with the MK you need a map with a bunch of fairly easy creep camps to level up reliably. But this map, it has lots of creeps, but not that many easy creep camps. Whether you want to go for the lab creep first or an expansion creep, the AM will serve you much, much better there with his water elementals. So here the choice of hero is also understandable. While Soin, we see going for a very fast tech without barracks. I feel like it should be delayed barracks though, right? Yeah. Because playing the mid game without any grunts or headhunters seems weird. Forty's going for the big creep right at the start. Farsia is going to show up to harass. It was a clean pull, so this is working out pretty well so far. Should be a fast level 2 AM. And the big item right away. Tower. Oh! Didn't start the upgrade yet. Uh-oh. Fortitude very late with his arcane tower, but he did get full experience at least. One peasant's gonna go down. The ruined bracers, of course, not very helpful. And the peasants will be suffering a bit here, as we are very used to seeing. Soin, though, is being cautious with his wolf micro as well. Doesn't want to just give away free experience here. Question is, will Fortitude try for an expansion, or is this going to be a one base play? Alright, one wolf so far has given experience to the Archmage. We have 4 farms, and it seems like indeed we have the expansion. And since Soin doesn't have many units at all, this should work on paper. Got a bunch of footies, level 2 Archmage, bunch of militia. I'm kind of surprised to see Soin play this build on this map, because humans love expanding on this map, and with a build like this, with a fast tech and so few units, it's very hard for the orc to put on serious pressure here. As you can see, there's only the wolves, the farseer, and a single grunt to make life difficult for the human here. Oh, did he get that steal? Oh, damn, he did. Farseer, sniper eye, also gets a water elemental, so gets a bit of experience here. But the AM is still level 3, and that's a powerful level 3 timing. I think I would love to see spiked barricades here being upgraded. There's a vulnerable moment for the orc. He doesn't have many units yet. He doesn't have a second hero or tier 2 buildings yet. But that's all coming. Soin is poking with his Farseer, with the wolves and the grunts. But Fortitude hasn't lost much at all yet. I think it was like 2 peasants this whole game, maybe 3. And the AM has a small window here where he can do something. Level 2 water elementals are very strong at this stage in the game. But very soon, of course, there's going to be Shaman out. The most direct counter. Oh, look at the TC, by the way. TC in the north is trying to... Wait. Is he trying to creep the natural with just 2 grunts? Oh, that seems pretty risky if you ask me. Farseer is trying to keep the human busy, and that is working well so far. Can he even creep this with 2 grunts only? I mean, I guess he must be able to. There's also a footman scouting. And you can see this is by no means the easiest camp. Dude, if the aim had been so harassing there, that would have been really scary. TC is gonna get level 2, but it took some doing. We have reinforced defenses coming now, but it's far from done. The first shaman needs to go back home, get ready for the Deuceball. Because this is gonna be the first serious attack by Fortitude. Oh, finds the shaman. Soin trying to get ready for the attack here. First ensnare flies onto a footman. We have 2 purges, but we have a new water elemental, and there's no shaman ready against that just yet. Soin now under quite a bit of pressure, wants to land a good stomp, and there is one. Soin forgetting to micro a bit at the moment. 800 gold, not spending it. Stressful moment, of course. Oh, first raider might go down. Oh, but nicely saved. Healing up with a salve. I would say Soin is doing this quite well. Now continuing to macro as well. And I think Soin didn't lose anything yet. He's got the aura here to run away with. Scouting for a counter expansion. It's not coming up yet, but it might come up soon. And finally, 1 grunt is gonna go down. Also, Footy went down. Farseer now level 2. And Soin kept his main base intact very well. Reinforced defenses is now done. New burrow coming. And within snares, you can always find targets. You can always find kills. Excellent trading so far for Soin. Waiting for the next ensnare. There it is. Oh, a bit of a mistake on the raider. Losing that one very unnecessarily, to be honest. That's a big loss. Soin's control slips here for the first time. But he's still getting more kills. He's still getting more experience. But Fortitude is close, is already tier 2. He is already tier 2. And yet more ensnare again and again. TZ finds himself almost level 3. There's still a few orc units sprinkled around the map ready to get healed. But this doesn't look too bad for 40, does it? He's got the MK coming. Sanctum should be getting started. And he's got a lot of gold. Oh, Footy being intercepted by the shaman. Getting ready to purge against some AM shenanigans, I imagine. There's the Archmage, but the Shaman are waiting. Again, nicely done by Soin. Double Purge. Water Elemental gone. 1 Shaman is going to die. Maybe for it? Not even. Good heads-up play here by Soin in many regards. But resource-wise, we still see 40 with a big lead. He's going Rifle, he's going Casters. And it's going to be a big army very, very soon. I think Soin's next priority must be to find the MK creeping and punish him while the levels are low. But on a big map like this can be hard to do. Big item here. Could be quite something for 40 already. Flute of Accuracy. Excellent for the human army. Pretty much everything benefits, with the exception of MK and Footies. Red Camp Creep for Soin. This is always a funny item. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad. Oh, I think this is actually really good. Dude, the Orb of Darkness on the Farseer, if he ends up killing a couple of footies, casters, rifles, of course it doesn't work on breakers, but it works on everything else. Level 3 now on the Farseer. MK is taking a bit longer to get the levels here, of course. He joined way later. I think here Soin wants to force a fight. He knows the MK isn't strong yet. This is where Soin can trade fairly well. Especially if he had heal scrolls. But he doesn't have them yet. 40 picked them all up for himself. Tome of Retraining as well. Now we're going to have Blizzard. Against Shaman, of course. Late game. Those water elementals don't do much, do they? Crystal Ball sees where the human is. Skelly's running everywhere. TC couldn't go for a heal scroll, but he's got this Invis potion. Trying to land a big stomp. So far we don't have a big breaker army yet. I don't think we have any breakers, in fact. Stomp here could be insanely good. As the MK is close to 3, but not quite there yet. TC leading the charge. Invis. Perfect money stomp! Is there Dispel? There is not! Oh, he has to get out of there quick. Fortitude gets out without many losses. But now the supply gap is narrowing. As we finally get the breakers in. And so I can go for the next red camp item. I think the best item would be Pendant of Mana. Maybe? Yeah, Staff of Silence is like always very hit or miss. If you silence all the right targets and it can't be dispelled, it's amazing. But if it can just be dispelled, then it's kind of bad. So I would say it's a very inconsistent item. Double Orb of Darkness. Well, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Not that good, I would say. Alright, big attack now, hitting. Human with 80 supply, Soin with 74 supply, but also the big story here is heal scrolls, of which Soin has none. And we have 2 on the human side. Here comes the TP, speed scroll engage, MK getting caught right away. Could be an early force of the Invuln potion. Yep, there it is. Blizzard as well, first Coda should be getting taken out. Raiders make their way into the back, great control on the Raiders. Dodging the Mountain King, fighting the casters behind. TC is surprisingly not very tanky. Oh, and the MK! What about him? He goes down. Mountain King falls, level 4 on the Farseer as well. The Invuln was again used early, maybe a bit too early. Maybe a bit too far forward once more. On this map, of course, being so wide open, it's hard to find the perfect position with casters. Blizzard is doing tremendous damage. There's still a supply lead on the human side. Hold on. TC goes down as well. We have more skellies being summoned, by the way. How funny is this? The Orb of Darkness finding more and more kills. And I don't know who's gonna come out on top here. I think it's looking better for 40, actually. He's trying to force the TP. Desperately! Heal scrolls there. MK is back, and Soin gives it up. Calls for the GG, and this fight goes to 40 in the end. Man, it looked so difficult there with the MK going down, but I guess he still managed to swing it back around. Ties it up 1-1. And Soin does not quite get the 2-0 here. It was close at times, though. I think if he has 2 heal scrolls, he wins that fight. He wins that game. But never really had the opportunity to easily get those heal scrolls. And with that, we will be seeing a third map, which is gonna be Hammerfall. This is Soin's pick, the newest map we have in the pool. Didn't mention the map pool before, by the way. We have a total of 9 maps in this tournament. Some old classics, like Echo Isles, Lost Temple, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing. Terranastan, Tidehunters, Hammerfall, the newest map. Shallow Grave and Springtime again ignored, as is the case so often in Chinese tournaments, unfortunately. But now we will get to see Hammerfall, and Fortitude so far has been focusing a lot on fast expansion, as we saw. But can you do that on Hammerfall? Seems to be a tough map for it. We'll see if there's a way to do it. By the way, thank you for the resubs. Wait a minute. That name is confusing me. 16 bucks at a Taco Bell. At Taco Bell. Yes. Thank you very much for that. It says, thanks for everything, fellas. And Buttcrumbs gifting a sub as well to Carson's mustache. Alright. We are ready now for map number 3. The Decider. Oh, I forgot the Gumbas today, didn't I? Alright, let's do some Gumbas, folks. For the final map of our first game. Soin spawning in the top left. 40 in the bot right. Archmage versus Farseer once more. Soin again. Playing a fast tech. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the fast tech yet. It seems like this makes the early game very easy for the human. Until you have 2 grunts out, maybe even 3 grunts out, the human is not threatened much at all by this Farseer. Very important creep here. AM gets the big item and the experience. It's Claws plus 8. That is the best item for him. One last hit stolen for the Farseer. And again, imagine if there was a grunt here. This would be so much scarier. Of course, the benefit for Soin is he's got a way faster tech this way. But the units being so late, I have to say, this seems not very optimal to me. Alright, now the peasants are feeling the pain a bit here. But the footies are being split. Farseer's under pressure. And the AM is coming back. Downside of this opening for 40 is, sure, he cleared the expansion early. He got a nice item. But it's very hard to continue creeping, get more experience under your belt to get that level 3. Wolves harassing in the main base. Farseer at the expansion. Lumbers dropping really low. Power bill is going to have to be stopped for a little while. So the expansion and the tech are certainly being slowed down. Alright, now we got the grunts. Finally, Soin has a bit more to threaten the opposition. Could still be a bunch more peasants going down. Yeah, but if there had been more units earlier, I feel like the Farseer at this point should have perhaps gotten level 2 through more kills. But the situation still seems to be better than on Twisted Meadows. Archmage experience here is a big deal. With only level 2, without level 3, it's hard to see Fortitude getting much done across the map. And Soin was able to pick off a decent number of footies. Some here, some there. Making use of his time well before the tower's up. And now even brings the TC to be aggressive. That is a very unusual sight. Level 1 TC aggression. My oh my. Arcane Tower at the expansion is about to be up in just a second. Why is this TC so aggressive, dude? This is confusing me. He's losing so much creeping time. Grunt goes down as well. Soin is being hyper aggro after a fast tech, which seems quite strange. Oh, has to pull the TP. Wait, the TC's running out of range of the TP. There's so many confusing plays happening here. I guess that one may have just been unintentional. And now he's creeping the natural. Shouldn't he have done this when the TC came out? Because now he's hurt. He doesn't have Stomp anymore. And here's the human. Ready to harass. Purge. Could force a TP with the next end snare, I think. Oh, unless legendary footy block. End snare. Oh, he just staffs out. Oh, that was nice. And Soin's counter expansion is being delayed by a lot. But this could also be a lot of Footman XP being donated. That's level 2. More ensnares. Easy kills. Now we have level 2. And the aura here from the TC helps a lot. Purges again and again. Shockwave. Alright. But still no counter expansion coming. Soin has the resources. Seems like he should certainly start it soon. Going for reinforced defenses this early, I think a bit of a miscalculation. Without AM3, doesn't seem like there's a big need for that, but fair enough. As the AM is trying to finally get that level 3. We got Pillage coming again for Soin. This is when he looked the best in this whole series. On Tidehunters, when he was bouncing between the bases. But it's a bit harder to do on this map. You have to go a long way around between the two human bases. And for the human, it's easy to get from one base to the other. The Shaman being left behind again. A nice little play. Aware of the AM's potential. Alright, Shockwave and Raiders. against the Expo. Oh, and the pillage isn't quite finished yet. Oh, he's missing out on so many resources here. Does he have the damage? Raiders dropping low. I don't think he has it. Oh, one raider goes down. Second raider also goes down. Ooh, that was a big moment in the game. Expensive to repair, but important to keep it standing. Now we have level 3 on the TC, almost 3 on the CORSAIR. Burrow Rush with the 100 bits, thank you. And Doom Train also gifting a sub to Dr. Octagon. Thank you, thank you. And another raider gets taken out. Not too bad for 40. Saved all of his units. And 40's getting ready for the big strike. He's gonna have 65 supply in no time. The one thing he's lacking so far is MK levels. And maybe consumables and such. Creepjack now by Soin. Finds an opportunity to punish the human. Again, the human death ball isn't quite ready yet. But the AM staffs in. He's got a healed scroll ready, but this looks like a bad fight for 40 right here. It's gonna be quite a few rifles going down. He has one more shockwave. Oh, controlled by the Stormbolt. A bit scary over here. Trying to go for the casters, gets level 4. And had the heal potion. Militia coming now from the main base. This is a pretty bloody exchange that definitely goes to Soin. Perfect Creepjack puts Soin back in the game and perhaps in the lead. Now has almost double level 4 heroes. And 40's timing seems to be devastated all of a sudden. The Witch Doctor is providing insane vision. Nice time to add that as well. Like once you have 3 or 4 Shaman, you should have more than enough Dispel to deal with the Water Elementals. Total free training. It's gonna be time for Blizzard. But the Mountain King now is the big problem. He's only level 2 and he might be stuck on level 2 for a long time as well. Fortitude wants to go for a counterattack, but his army is laughable, especially when it comes to destroying buildings. He has no chance against this Orc force. And Soin, thanks to that huge Creepjack, all of a sudden in a winning position. It seems like this map is really difficult, or can be really difficult, to level your second hero on if you had a late tech. You know, fast expansion, late tech. This map is so easy to creepjack for the player with the stronger heroes. Very much unlike Twisted. TP force, Soin just backs off. Took quite some damage on the expansion, to be honest. So instead has a bit of a supply lead. And And the MK is still not 3. And the sentries are seeing absolutely everything. Soin will always know where 40 is going. And yet, another creepjack. This one thanks to the sentry wards. Oh, and Soin gets the rest of the camp, picks up the big item here. Kinda forgot about the heal salves, but he got the heal wards, so no reason to complain. Forty is trying to desperately get that level 3. Perhaps now with the MK he can finally get it. Yeah, he's about to. At long last. But Soin once more on the way to the creepjack. Big lead for the Orc already. He's got the double heal scroll. He's got the heal wards. He's got a big army. Oh, sick upgrades as well, by the way. Grunts and Raiders are about to be on 2-2 already. That is super quick. Four just wants to pick off a target. TP out. But again, the next camp goes to Soin. It's another red camp. Only 2 red camps on this map. No big auras, no Cadgus pipe. It's just the big consumable. Heal wards before. And the TC is about to get level 5 here. Mana Stone, hallelujah. Or he's creeping up what he can. But it's not that much. Oh, bit of a lag. Alright, the boys have been called. The sentry wards see it again. And this is it. This is all in by 40. Would love to see a shop here by Soin. Shop in the back. For potions and heal salves and such. Oh, Invis dispelled. Thanks to the sentry wards. Oh, come on. Stream, don't let us down. This is the most crucial moment in the game. Soin with so much gold. Definitely seems like a bit of a mistake not to have a shop here in the back. Oh, and Soin charging in through the little choke point. Where's the clap? Where's the clap? Alright, there we go. First clap from the MK. But some units breach through. The Blizzard can do insane damage here. But it's also going to get ensnared over and over. The Shockwave finding the casters in the back. They're quickly getting sniped. The Sorks and the Priests seemingly not surviving for long. TC's lining it up. Ready for the next round of artillery. Here's the Mana Stone. Big chainwave combo once more. All the peasants are dead. And we still have Soin on full supply. 80 supply, maxed out. Heal scroll is ready. There he's going to use it. And Fortitude has to tap out. GG. And Soin is our first winner of the day. At least winner in the first round.